Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Alright, I finally have a good sound for my voice. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about what would happen if Anakin had a twin. What if Anakin Skywalker had a twin that was kind of like him, but didn't feel bad at all, or to follow the Jedi code exactly? What would happen, and what would it be like on an example for the rest of the galaxy? So, first off, it will start affecting the day that Qui-Gon met Anakin. Anakin would be with his twin, and they'd be at Watto's place. Anakin would, and his twin, let's give his twin a name, because I cannot just keep on saying his twin. So, let's say his twin's name was, how about his twin's name is Matthew? That way we actually have a name. So, Matthew and Anakin lead Qui-Gon back to the house with Jar Jar and the princess. So, they go to the house, and at the house, the boys have made an entirely finished 3CPO. The reason why I think this is because that Anakin almost had everything done on 3CPO, but if he had a twin, that would mean twice as good. So it's finished, and they're already working on things it could use upgrades on. So in that time, when Padme's looking at the thing, Anakin's really likes her, but Matthew is just likes her as a friend. So, they take Anakin they're gonna take Anakin with them, but then they have to, they take Anakin to the council, yada yada yada, and Matthew to the council, yada yada yada. Qui-Gon, you can't train 3 Padawans at once, blabbers Mace. So let's say now they get back to Naboo, and they fight their way through it. Anakin and Matthew are both enjoying the time. They're choosing Anakin's thing, but Matthew doesn't have one in his. So, so Anakin's thing goes into autopilot, and he starts flying off. And Matthew's like, wait! And Matthew tries to turn on his ship turning on, and he tries to maneuver it to follow Anakin. And Matthew, with his sense of brains, tells Anakin, get off autopilot! You're going into the ship. But Anakin doesn't know how to turn off autopilot. So he flies straight into the ship and blows it up the thing. And he comes out, and Matthew obviously scolds him. It's kind of like Matthew's Obi-Wan in this sense. So, they're going on, and on the ground, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are fighting. Qui-Gon knows he can't train both the boys, so he needs Obi-Wan to become a master with him. But Qui-Gon knows this time he can't let himself be killed for Obi-Wan to train Anakin, and because there's another boy. So, in that time, Qui-Gon decides it's to be sluggish and make sure his Padawan stays up. So instead of Obi-Wan being kicked off the bridge, Qui-Gon goes in front of Obi-Wan and lets himself be kicked off the bridge. and Obi-Wan fights Maul down, and then Qui-Gon jumps up and chases after them. Then the shield door is when Qui-Gon 3 spaces behind in the Obi-Wan. But then the doors open, and from of course the side where Maul and Obi-Wan are, and Obi-Wan chases Maul into the room. Qui-Gon and Rush is and hits one blade lock, and Maul's kicking him backwards until he's kicked backwards with Maul's force push, which he rarely uses, and is pushed back into the doors. So then Obi-Wan and Maul fight it out, but before Qui-Gon was kicked out, his lightsaber flow, Obi-Wan uses both those blades to subdue Maul. Then they're both masters, and they fight, and they've won. And they train the two boys, Matthew and Anakin. So I would think in this case, Qui-Gon would have Anakin, and Obi-Wan would have Matthew, considering the fact that Qui-Gon wanted Anakin anyways. So he fight. Things continue out pretty similar, except when they're tied on the stakes. Instead of it just being Anakin and Obi-Wan and Padme, Qui-Gon and Matthew are there too. But I think this time that Count Dooku would still be on the light side, because I'm pretty sure from my sources that he only turned to the dark side because of Qui-Gon dying. So Count Dooku comes with them, and instead of it being in Count Dooku to meet them in the area, in the arena, that way off, where Dooku's seen, I think there would be Sidious himself. And Sidious, being a powerful duelist, would probably be able to knock out the two apprentices pretty fast. But him having a very hard time. But I think he'd have another apprentice by then. Kind of like how he got Dooku really fast. I think he'd have a dark Jedi. He'd be pulled to the dark side. So I think he'd be fighting there with his own apprentice. I believe that in this time, Matthew would be knocked out first, and then Obi-Wan, and then Anakin, and then Qui-Gon, and would still be in the fight, but be knocked out, but the apprentice would be killed. And then, of course, out of nowhere comes Yoda and tries to defeat the Sith Lord, but the Sith Lord was having to escape because more and more Jedi were coming into the room. So he flies off kind of like Dooku does. And then on the in episode 3, when Obi-Wan and Anakin are coming to save the Chancellor, I think it would be Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Anakin and Matthew all trying to save the Chancellor. So they're going there, and they get there. Instead of them facing Dooku, who would be on the good guy's side, I think that there would be General Grievous in there, considering that he's the next powerful, because they want to keep him secret for not have him come out in the Battle of Geonosis, and he almost was discovered, but that's another story. So, I'm assuming Grievous would be there, and they would have a challenging but effective battle beating Grievous. So, and fleeing the Chancellor. But Anakin and his brother would be the only two who would be there and conscious. But the Chancellor, of course, would plead Anakin to kill him, but his brother not wanting to. So I'm going to believe from that he would still kill him, but Matthew would keep on nagging him about it. So, and when instead of and then the battle on that near the end of the movie where Obi-Wan fights and kills Grievous. I don't think that Grievous obviously wouldn't be there, and the droids would be taken down, and Obi-Wan would still leave, and Anakin's brother Matthew would not fight with Anakin. He would condemn Anakin, and instead of Obi-Wan fighting Anakin on a duel I can't remember the planet's name, but instead of Obi-Wan fighting Anakin, I think it would be Matthew fighting Anakin. But Obi-Wan still, as the person he is, sneaking along. So, then they fight each other, and Anakin and Matthew who have the wits shown, and they try to beat each other, but instead of it turning out like it did, they both having both of them killed in a battle, with Anakin just getting Matthew off, but then Obi-Wan coming out of nowhere to stab Anakin in the back. So then it turning out like that, it would be that they're dead. I would leave it off there, but there's more that would affect the galaxy. It would be Palpatine probably choosing the Inquisitor as an apprentice. And after that, it would be probably Leia and Luke together being trained in the ways of the Force, and Obi-Wan training one of them, and Yoda training the other. And then when the time was right, they'd face the Inquisitor and Sidious in duel, which would have the Inquisitor killed, and also having the Inquisitor killed, or not him killed, because the Inquisitor once was a Jedi. So in the end, he feels from his heart that it wasn't right to follow Anakin. So he's like Vader throwing Sidious down, but then him dying as well, because the intoxicating gas coming from those systems. So, but the Jedi feel bad for him, and they try to keep him alive, but it can't. And so they burn him on Endor, and then they have a party. Yay! And in the end, Anakin would not reappear as a Force ghost, but Matthew would. And Yoda, Yoda probably wouldn't have died near the end of the movie because Yoda lost the sight. If he wanted to die then, but because he knew that would stimulate Luke more. But in the end, Luke would be living, and in the end of the movie, Yoda and Obi-Wan would pass away, which would not make a very good movie. So it's a good thing. I think we can all agree that there was not a twin of Anakin's. Now, that was only my opinion. I have no knowledge of what it would be like, but it might have played out something like that, or his twin and going to the dark side. I'll make a video on him if Anakin had a twin in V2 later, and what it would be like if his twin was exactly like Anakin. So, yeah. Hope you're there to see that, and continue watching my channel, please. And who is glad I have a mic. Might not be a very good mic, because it's huge and bulky, but it is still a mic, and I talk louder, so it benefits. It has very good benefits. So yeah, who likes my mic? My grandma got it for me. I'll show it off right now. Put it right. This is my mic. It hooks up to my amp. The other thing that hooks up to my amp is, here we are. I won't talk loud though because of me doing this, but sorry, I'm going to unplug it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so yeah, it's not working. But now something else is. So yeah, this is what the other thing is. Here we are. It's on crunch. I was trying to do super crunch. Electric guitar. Don't know how to play. So yeah, I cannot play. That sounded horrible for most of you. I think it sounded good for me. But if you've listened to professional players, they're much better than me. So I'm going to end it here, guys. Bye! Wait, where's Mega Aerodactyl? Where are you? No! Sad life. Let me... sorry about that. Let me plug it in. Plug it back in. 1 second. I'm back. Alright. So, yeah. If it's not going to be a Mega Aerodactyl goodbye, it's going to be a Mega Mewtwo EX goodbye. Who's Jello? Who's Jello? Who's Jello? I know I'd be Jello if it was a big card. Yeah, Zachary, my friend, said it was crappy, but really he didn't want to get rid of it. I just found something good enough that was worthy to trade for it. Yeah. He's made some pretty stupid trades. I gave him like a mega for all the cards he had that weren't EXs or megas. So I cannot explain how stupid that was. So yeah. Mega Mewtwo, goodbye!